For decades, Mars was seen as a dead planet. A cold, dry world with almost no hope for life. But recently, scientists discovered something that surprised the entire scientific community. Beneath the rocky surface of the red planet, there may be a vast amount of liquid water. Not ice, not vapor, but real liquid water hidden deep underground. If this discovery is confirmed, it could completely change how we see Mars. Because anywhere in the universe where water exists, the chances for life increase dramatically. And what makes this even more fascinating is that signs of water on Mars are not limited to underground reservoirs. Across the surface of the planet, scientists have discovered ancient clues. Massive valleys, dried river channels, and deltas carved by flowing water. All of them point to a remarkable possibility. Billions of years ago, Mars may have been a completely different world. A planet with rivers, with lakes, and possibly, even oceans. The key to this discovery comes from a small spacecraft sitting quietly on the surface of Mars. Its name is InSight, a NASA lander that touched down on the red planet in 2018. Unlike rovers that move across the surface, InSight had a completely different mission. It was built to listen to the vibrations deep inside the planet. For several years, the lander recorded hundreds of Marsquakes. Each small tremor sends seismic waves traveling through the rock beneath the surface. And when those waves pass through different materials, their speed changes. By analyzing how these seismic waves move underground, scientists can map the internal structure of Mars. The results revealed something remarkable. At depths of about 7 to 12 kilometers below the surface, there appears to be a layer of fractured rock. And inside those fractures, there may be liquid water. If that is true, then beneath the dry surface of Mars could lie a massive hidden reservoir of water. A reservoir buried deep underground, and almost completely untouched. The data from InSight is only part of the story. Because the evidence for water on Mars is not limited to what lies beneath the surface. Across the red planet, scientists have discovered countless signs that water once existed there. One of the most striking examples is Valles Marineris. It is the largest canyon system in the entire solar system, stretching over 5.000 kilometers, reaching 200 kilometers wide, and plunging nearly 7 kilometers deep. Structures of this scale cannot be shaped by wind or dust alone. Many scientists believe they were influenced by massive flows of water that once moved across the Martian surface. And the evidence does not stop there. Spacecraft have also detected ancient river channels, dried deltas, and sediment layers that can only form when water flows for long periods of time. At Jezero Crater, where the Perseverance rover is currently exploring, scientists discovered a preserved river delta. This suggests the crater was once home to a vast lake, fed by rivers flowing in from multiple directions. Together, these clues tell the same story. Billions of years ago, Mars was not the frozen desert we see today. It may once have been a wet and dynamic world. A planet with rivers, lakes, and perhaps even oceans. But if Mars once had so much water, what happened to it? Today, Mars is a cold and dry world. The planet's average temperature is around -60 degrees Celsius. Its atmosphere is also extremely thin. Only about 1% the density of Earth's atmosphere. Under these conditions, liquid water can barely survive on the surface. Most of the remaining water on Mars today exists as ice at the poles. These frozen caps are the last remnants of a very different era. A time when Mars may have been warmer, wetter, and far richer in water. But scientists believe much of that water did not disappear completely. Some of it escaped into space. But another portion may have sunk deep into the crust of Mars. But Mars is not the only place in the solar system where water exists. Over the years, scientists have discovered that water may be present on many other worlds. One of the most fascinating examples is Europa, an icy moon orbiting Jupiter. Europa's surface is covered by a thick layer of ice that may be tens of kilometers deep. But beneath that frozen crust, There may be a vast ocean of liquid water. Some studies suggest that this hidden ocean could contain more water than all the oceans on Earth combined. And Europa is not the only example. Another world has captured the attention of scientists. A small moon of Saturn called Enceladus. There, spacecraft have detected massive plumes of water erupting from cracks in the ice. These geysers shoot water and ice particles into space, a strong sign that beneath the icy surface of Enceladus, there may also be a global ocean of liquid water. But the strangest discovery of water in the universe is not found on a planet at all. In 2011, astronomers detected a massive cloud of water floating in deep space. It is the largest reservoir of water ever discovered in the universe. This enormous cloud lies about 12 billion light-years away and surrounds a brilliant object known as a quasar. What makes this discovery truly astonishing is its incredible size. Scientists estimate that this water cloud contains about 140 trillion times more water than all the oceans on Earth. In other words, a single cloud in space holds far more water than every ocean on our planet combined. And that tells us something remarkable. Water may not be rare in the universe at all. When it comes to surviving extreme environments, there is a tiny creature on Earth that fascinates scientists. It is called a tardigrade, also known as the water bear. These microscopic animals are only about half a millimeter long. Yet their ability to survive is extraordinary. Tardigrades can endure temperatures from nearly -272 degrees Celsius to over 150 degrees Celsius. They can also survive in the vacuum of space, withstand intense radiation, and tolerate extreme pressure. When conditions become too harsh, tardigrades enter a special survival mode. They lose almost all the water in their bodies and suspend nearly all biological activity. In this state, they can remain alive for years until conditions become favorable again. Experiments in space have shown that many tardigrades can survive direct exposure to the harsh environment of space. And that leads scientists to a fascinating question. If such a tiny creature on Earth can survive like this, could life also exist on other worlds? If liquid water still exists beneath the surface of Mars, and if extreme organisms can survive such harsh conditions, then a remarkable possibility begins to emerge. Life on Mars may not have completely disappeared. Today, the surface of the red planet is incredibly hostile. Temperatures are extremely low. The atmosphere is very thin, and cosmic radiation reaches the ground almost unfiltered. But underground, conditions could be very different. Thick layers of rock may shield life from harmful radiation. Temperatures could also be more stable than on the surface. And if liquid water still exists down there, those environments might become safe havens for microbial life. On Earth, scientists have discovered microbes living kilometers beneath the surface. Some species survive in environments with almost no light and very little oxygen. So if life once emerged on Mars in the distant past, it is possible that some of it is still hiding deep beneath the Martian crust, waiting to be discovered. For many years, Mars was considered a dead planet, a cold and barren world with almost no hope for life. But new discoveries are slowly changing the way we see it. Ancient rivers, lakes, and oceans once shaped its surface. Hidden reservoirs of water may still lie deep underground, and life has proven capable of surviving in the harshest environments. All of this points to a remarkable possibility. Mars may not be a dead world after all. It might simply be a sleeping planet, a world still holding ancient secrets, waiting to be discovered.